Time now is 11:30. I'm Fox 19 Now First Alert meteorologist Erin Ashley. We have the latest on the snowfall. Of course, it has not started falling here in Cincinnati, but it's not going to be too long before it's here. You can see it's starting to brew just south and west of us. Winter storm warnings now in effect. They were in effect starting 10 o'clock this morning, but of course these are in effect until 12 o'clock Monday afternoon, so we're really just getting started here. Here's what's falling at the surface here locally. You can see some flurries are getting awfully close to the I-74 corridor just outside of Ripley County, but again here in Cincy, pretty quiet as forecast. Now through the end of the day today, here's what to expect as far as on the ground snowfall totals. You can expect anywhere from about 1 to 3 inches for today. Overnight, that's when the snow really starts to ramp up. You can expect 4 to 8 inches by the time you're waking up tomorrow morning, and you're going to add even more on Sunday. So if you had to pick a day to be outside, I mean, today is going to be your day, but you're losing time, dry time, and also it's very cold, so make sure you're bundling up too. But by the end of the day on Sunday, when everything is said and done with this winter storm, you will be seeing 8 to 14 inches of snow on the ground. Again, that's through Sunday night. So here's your updated timeline. Once again, light snow starting here in the tri-state right around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Here's 4, getting you into your dinner time hours. I'd say if you're really good at driving out on the roads, the impact of the snow on the roads, I mean, they're pre-treated, they're salted, the crews are ready. I'd say you have a good window of time between when the snow starts versus when the roads really start to deteriorate. And that's because the snow does start pretty light. But again, rural roads that haven't been treated in general, the conditions of that will, of course, deteriorate with any snow. But the later we get into the overnight hours, the worse the snow impact will become. And that's because you can see the deeper blues coming on in. Snowfall rates are going to pick up south of Cincinnati, darken early on Sunday morning. And of course, a little bit of ice can't be ruled out. That's going to be south of Cincinnati in general, but it could trickle up into Owen, Grant, Pendleton, Bracken, Robertson, Mason, Southern Brown, and Adams counties towards the mid-morning. And if this were to happen, of course, it would lead to a little bit of extra slick spots out there because sleet will lead to ice, but also it'll help combat those high snowfall totals. However, it's a very fine line. If you don't see any snow, you will see a lot of, if you don't see the sleet, you will see a lot of snow, very wet and heavy snow trying to come into the mix there through your Sunday late morning. But while that opportunity is there for ice southeast of Cincinnati, the rest of us still seeing hours upon hours of snow, and that's what is leading to these heavy snowfall totals. We don't expect the snow to come to a stop until Sunday evening, which means most of us will see snow for over 24 hours. And of course, with any snow, especially how much we're seeing in the forecast, those road conditions are going to be of a very high concern, but also as we work into your Monday, that's when the cold becomes a really good concern as well. So I'd be very surprised if we don't see any or many delays and cancellations for schools on Monday. So get your plans in place for now. Here's our updated snowfall map here for the Fox 19 Now First Alert weather team. We have nudged this a little bit farther north, and that's because that's the track. It's nudging itself a little bit farther north. With that comes the possibility for us here in Cincinnati to get over a foot of snow. That's 12 inches or more. However, with greater and heavier snowfall chances downtown, parts of Claremont, Brown, Highland, Adams, you got Kenton, Campbell, Boone, Switzerland, Ohio counties. While you guys are kind of under the gun for the highest snowfall here in the tri-state, it also gives us a better window of opportunity for those farther south for some sleet to come into the mix, in which case that would reduce the totals, but the impact is still very similar. And then, of course, still tracking lesser snow the farther north you go, but 10 to 12 inches of snow still very much a concern moving into your Sunday night. Again, the timing of this is going to be very crucial. Your Saturday evening is when things are pretty moderate, but it's not going to be at its heaviest until Sunday. We'll go ahead and see if there's any questions coming on in, and I'm not seeing any questions coming on in, so I will have the latest information for you guys at the top of the hour on Channel 19, Fox 19. We are going to have the latest information for you guys right here in Fox 19 Now Plus at the bottom of every hour. So this is at 11:30. We'll have another one at 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, all the way through the end of this winter storm, giving you guys that first alert every step of the way.